Yo, get that white. Ready? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. This disrespectful. Young, disrespectful. You are. Young, please sync up. Please, hold on, y'all. This must be that AI that they're afraid of. Hold on, y'all. Listen, hold on. We gotta have a family meeting. When I turn this Bluetooth on the phone, and you're on, you supposed to sync up. I shouldn't have to worry about you. I won't be tolerating any of this sort. Please, let's get it. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Clap it up for yourselves. How y'all doing? What's good? I'm doing this video very, very late at night, and that's fine, man. Listen, the work don't stop. Anyone that's watching this right now, I want you to know how important it is to not listen to people who try to discourage you, man. Because the thing about when you're great, when you choose to be the man in the arena, you're going to always have people. And it's hard to believe because you may not relate to that. You may not relate to actually communicating discouragement to someone else. And I've been thinking a lot about this episode I watched with Angry Man when he was talking about basically one of the reasons why Drake is so talented and he's been so successful is because of how he was raised, and he wasn't raised by a black mother. He was raised by a white mother, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's more comfortable with basically expressing himself. He's more comfortable with expressing his thoughts and his feelings about things rather than trying to suppress them or ignore them or see them as unimportant or just irrelevant. You know what I mean? And that will also this always it results in having pensive aggression because it becomes this built up resentment. You know what I mean? But anywho, I've been thinking a lot about that whole concept about how someone's whole growth, the whole trajectory is changed by just encouragement, by just the right kind of engagement. And I've been saying this for a minute now. I'm like, damn, one of the reasons why, I've gotten this far with my craft, with anything I'm doing, and even with battling, even with just doing this right here, and just being an entrepreneur in general. If I didn't have friends that believed in me, most importantly, like my very best friend, because the guys that I was friends with before I became friends with my friend Al, right? Like I remember for a long time, it used to be feel awkward to me when he would encourage me or he would compliment me or he would tell me that something I'm doing is really good, or it took me a long time to realize that he's not lying when he says, "Oh, I like how you did this." Well, I like them saying, "Well, I was really creative. I make songs and I make clothes and stuff like that." And not that my other friends never said anything nice, but it was like a regular thing. And what happened is, that encouragement gave me more confidence. My time in the SGI as a young man. Growing up in the SGI, I had constant, positive reinforcement. So I got the experience getting kudos from adults all the time. You know what I mean? And I'm always saying, "Oh, that was great how you did this. That was great how you did that." You know what I mean? And again, when people do something and then get acknowledged for it, right? It just does something really, really magical to the human brain. But anyway, before I get ahead of myself, my name is Six Paths Dice. Welcome to Six Paths TV. I got mad jobs, son. Mad jobs. You understand? You understand, yo?
Out here, it's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here.
What's really going on out here?
It's really ridiculous. Yes, man. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
As of right now, if you are watching this broadcast, I have 15 pounds of protein powder in my house right now. Your boy's 6-pack about to be getting so damn swole and fine out here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, so that point I was talking about earlier, I wanted to talk about that. I'm like, because I think about my own personal experiences, and again, it's hard to understand when it's happening to you, or to put words to it, because you may not relate to hating on someone to their face, or basically trying to make somebody feel like shit. People are don't ever think that someone who knows you doesn't know how to make you feel like crap, or doesn't know how to hurt your feelings. All right, people always know. Especially if it's an adult, and especially if you got kids, you know that you can take a little more care with that communication. When someone says things that even may seem somewhat disrespectful or seem somewhat like they're trying to get a rise out of you, that's an attack. I got mad jobs over here at 6-Paths TV, and one of my jobs, is to support you on your spiritual, on your walk of faith, because you can't make good decisions without good faith. That's why y'all out here losing. You have no faith. Because the thing is, at least in my mind, right, when it comes to good faith, the first thing is, I'm going to do this good thing because it is a good thing, and that's it. And I have faith that I don't have to look for the return. I don't have to look for the good karma. I believe in good karma, so if I keep doing good things on a regular basis, and also do what I've agreed to do on a regular basis, then for the most part, we'll have peace. Right? Okay, very good. So, 6-Paths, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't have topics. I just come in here and speak from the heart. Because the 6-Paths will love of the world. I swear. Listen. Main character energy. I'm ready to perform several high power 100-episode anime arcs. My character development is crazy. But so getting back to the critiques and the discouraging words that you may experience. And there's always, I told my brother yesterday about, I'm going to keep talking about this shit, because this shit with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, because it's fascinating. It's a phenomenon. Like, I get to be a part of a phenomenon. The way that the narratives, the efforts, the blind eye, but basically the best way I can put it is, we are seeing the behavior of you changing the rules or creating new rules or a new standard for people you like and don't like. Meaning that if you like someone, you'll find a way to be compassionate, to be understanding, right? Someone to hear them out and be forgiving. When you don't like someone, you want to do the opposite. Now, it's something different if that person is guilty of the thing, right? So today I wanted to play a video that speaks to, for one, how much effort the world is putting into trying to tear down one man and trying to stop one man from taking control of his destiny. And for the most part, Drake's story is the story of the modern man. If you are a modern man that is able to do anything in life, all men experience resentment. The greater you are, the more resentment people will have for you. Because again, for the most part, if people are not careful, right, thin line between love and hate. Let's imagine love and hate occupies the same space, right? And how can I say? I'm trying to think what's a good analogy, but basically what I want to get to is, if we're not in control of our emotions, love and hate, I think they occupy the same space for women, right? One of the reasons why women can say I love you, and then at the same time, basically, if she cares about you a lot, she's more likely to do more of a grand gesture to try to hurt you. Because she can kind of get those emotions confused, or if the person's not careful, that love turns to hate. Or basically the same intensity you love the person with, is the same intensity that you can hate them with. But the thing is, I keep realizing that modern people in general, but women in particular, they think drama and turmoil is a part of the experience, and she needs to make sure it happens in order for her to have a full experience, so she can get that stimulation again. I didn't say follow the money, follow the stimulation, son. Come on, man. I'm playing random sounds right now. Come on.
Y'all niggas see what they throwing out the window? Nigga, I got an army out here. Come outside.
You late.
Come outside.
You late.
Come outside, throw that fucking bottle. Come downstairs and throw that bottle. Come downstairs.
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
So I wanted to share a post from when Drake first put out Take Care. Take Care was the second album. At this time, Drake is he's hot as fish grease, and it was just undeniable. And Drake was breathing fresh air into the industry, and and actually, I guess it's never really stopped. But Drake was giving everybody one, like everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? I think again, Nicki and Wayne are definitely super important, but the YMCA and B movement wouldn't have been what it was without Drake. It was the fact that Drake was so hot and was so popping, and you kind of had this like powerhouse of these great talents. Even other people in the background, Mac Man, Tyga, Jay Mills, God, all those guys are pretty talented. I mean, they weren't as talented as that big three we just mentioned, but they all had their own flavor and had something they was doing that was pretty cool. But Drake being Drake is what made that movement what it was. And I can remember when I first heard Take Care, I don't think I disliked it, but I'm going to say this about good albums, right? Most of the time, if it's a good artist and it's your first time hearing the album, give it a few listens, because when something is very, how can I say, when someone puts an album together, right? Not that the songs have to sound similar, but it's like an outfit. And the colors have to kind of blend in well together and match. So what can kind of feel like the first time you hear an album is it can kind of feel like the tracks are melding together, or the tracks, it kind of sounds the same or whatever it is. But but a lot of times that's a sign that this is going to be an easy listen once you get through it. Once you get through the whole experience, it's going to be an easier listen because you're going to start to notice all the nuances and all the details in the records. And especially with someone like Party Next Door, that's how all Party Next Door albums, you got to kind of like rock with a little bit. I mean, the first time I heard P3, it had more like slower tracks on there, right? But I didn't realize how hard the just checking on you. I was checking on you. Just checking on you. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that he put it together. Genius, But pardon me. But when I first heard that track, I wasn't jogging it like that. The whole album in general, it felt weird. It made my stomach feel weird because the sounds is very it's not lo-fi, but it's in that lower frequency. It's very bassy. So it's it was a different kind of experience, But over time, I realized this album is amazing. This is incredible. You feel me? So let me go ahead and read this to y'all real quick. So it says, throw it back to the internet reactions when Drake first dropped Take Care. The caption reads, story stays the same. Story stays the same. First reaction, he need commas. That's the problem. He don't have no commas. But shout out to Kev Talks. Story stays the same. First reactions never change. Don't really need to do much explaining. So it says, throw back to internet's reactions when Drake first dropped Take Care. Now on my screen, I can't read it, so I'm going to go on Instagram and I will read it from there because the 6th past 11th the world. You feel me? We must stop fighting. Yeah, so that John says, I agree with the review. Drake lost some respect with this one. In my own opinion, he should go back, dated the release day, and done a better CD. I think the album was weak, repetitive, and boring at times. Nothing new, nothing exciting, same old, blah. Too much singing for me. I'm obviously a gangster, so don't fuck around. That's a solid album, but I'm not convinced it's album of the year. And somebody writes, nah, Carter 4 is better than this trash. Thank Me Later is better than Take Care. Features went harder on Thank Me Later. Classic verses from all of them. The rapping was better and no track had to be skipped. Take Care has a few I really don't like. Good album, but not great. Take Care went on to become a pretty much an instant classic. Why is this relevant? It's relevant because you're witnessing a phenomenon. You're witnessing some really amazing shit play out right now. You understand? Let me play this clip from the Breakfast Club real quick.
I don't even know why though. I mean,
doing all types of acts. He's been, trying to prove that he's not dead. He's very much alive. There's a lot going on.
I don't even know why though. I mean,
but he is charting, so I am gonna give him that.
Yes,
he's charting.
That is exactly where I was about to go. I don't know why, because at this point, I know we talked about it in here, and I know y'all don't care for some sexy songs for you, but the boy is moving. He is right now. Some sexy songs for you is supposed to be headed to number 1 on Billboard.
Well, congratulations, man.
Nice. That's a big thing for him, because I feel like, I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like the Kendrick goggles of Not Like Us has changed the way a lot of people look at Drake, which is so unfair
Drake
for him.
is still a superstar. He still has core fans. He's still going to number 1 on all those charts.
He still got the labels calling saying what song should be at radio. Yeah, so even through the lawsuit.
I know,
they
but
did that last week.
It's hard to not look at some of the things and then to see what he's doing, and then you just immediately think back to some of Kendrick's lyrics. Like, remember, he was like, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, even the way that you dress.
Yeah, people talk about his outfits on tour. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I feel even the stuff he's been doing on tours.
Let's stop that right there. Those were the kind of arguments. All that shit right there, that's hate. That's hate, bro. That's not the kind of argument. First of all, that's not an argument. She started by saying, "Yo, when I see him, I think about I just don't look at him the same." And and then she says, when Kendrick said, "I hate the way you talk, I hate you walk, I hate the way you dress." Nigga, what? What? Huh? You are a radio personality. You realize that made no fucking sense? So you saying that you can't enjoy his music because Kendrick pointed out how much he hates Drake and just can't, because for the most part, Euphoria was mostly about like, hey man, I really do like you and everything, but at the same time, I am your biggest hater. And y'all let Kendrick say that and didn't think it was corny somehow. Or didn't think it was weird. From the very beginning, Euphoria was mostly about, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really be on your dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, hey there, buddy. It's me, Kendrick. Because for the most part, Kendrick has been on Drake's dick his whole career. That man ain't never been able to get popping without Drake. Another reason why Take Care is important, because without Take Care was the album that shined light on Kendrick Lamar and made this whole thing possible. I'm an old ninja. I was outside when this was going on. So Kendrick Lamar was a name you would see on the rap blogs and stuff like that, right? But Kendrick Lamar don't even sound like a famous person. It just sounds like a nigga that's famous in your hood. You know what I mean? He was on honor roll. You know what I mean? Some shit like that, right? So I will always see posts from him, but I just never clicked. And it wasn't until he was on a Drake album, and I thought it was Drake. If you go and listen to Buried Alive, if you listen to that shit and then listen to Drake rap the rest of the album, their delivery and vocal inflections were way closer back then. Go listen to Section 80 and then go listen to Take Care around that time. Because they both had more of a nasally type of like delivery, you know what I mean? Which made them sound a little similar. Of course, it's a different rapper style, right? But even in that verse, I felt like Kendrick was more straightforward and more and just clearer. So I thought that was Drake rapping at first, and I found that this is Kendrick Lamar. So then from there, I wanted to hear Section 80, which was an amazing album, and then I became a Kendrick fan. All right, and that really not only that, excuse me, people look at you differently when someone of a very high stature or status acknowledges how good you are. You know what I mean? That's why the cosign is important. He could have been on anyone's album, but being on Drake's album at that time was everything. Everything. The Weeknd too. That was an album that made The Weeknd. All right. Because again, having the approval of the boy has always been a stimulus package. I keep telling you, the more you give, because people are selfish. So the more you give, the more efficient you are, the more productive you are, the more valuable you are, the less of a human being you are if you're a man. Okay. But I just wanted to stop it right there, because that's a sign of hate when you're making up a reason to not like someone, or you're making up a reason to ish on someone, or saying shit like, I'll give them that. It's crazy for someone who is nowhere near as talented or successful as Drake say shit like, I'll give him that. And what she wanted to say was basically, yeah, man, and it proves the point of the lawsuit. All right. The point of the lawsuit is that, yes, having you promoting a song that's about me doing a heinous crime that I was never convicted for, you know what I'm saying, or ever tried for, or ever even had witnesses coming out saying that I did these things. You and UMG, y'all promoted that record. All right. And people really do carry on across the internet trying to make this case of Drake being this dude who is basically sleeping with underage people, let me play the rest of the video. Actually, hold on. No. Matter of fact, where's that video at, man? I think I had two threads open. Oh, here we go, right here. Where's the sun?
That's me. Thank you. Okay, this is a real video of me. I'm a real person. I exist. I haven't done anything sexual or weird with Drake. Didn't think I would ever have to say that in my entire life. Also, please stop harassing me. Thank you. Okay, this is a me. I'm a real person. I exist. I haven't done anything sexual or weird with Drake. Didn't think I would ever have to say that in my entire life. Also, please stop harassing me. Thank you. Okay, this is a real video of me. I'm a real person. I exist.
So, this is I believe this is one of these girls that was at a Drake show, and I don't know. This is like weird rabbit hole. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, let me tell you something. People, you may not realize you do this. You know what I mean? So I think some men do this with attractive women, and I had to train myself not to do it. Is when you see an attractive woman try to think anything negative about her when you see her, or basically tries to humanize her, or try to think of basically what makes her human or what her flaws are, or look for a flaw, and rather than just don't pay no mind, doesn't that person not bothering you, and it doesn't matter. And I think sometimes we may do that because, again, people deal with attraction in different ways. It's most of the time people deal with being attracted to people in an aggressive way. What people are more likely to do when they see someone that's attractive and they don't know them is to try to make it seem as though they're not observing them. You know what I'm saying? And being very covert and everything. Which is another reason why, listen, the B-dubs, y'all really done on the dating scene, bro. I think it's over, yo. It's like, I remember Kevin Sam was talking about that shit a couple of years ago. He was saying that men he speak to, all of them are saying stuff like, yo, I think it's too late. well, I think it's over. I'm like, over? Like why do you say that? And I understand now what they were saying. What they were saying was like, yo, things are too far gone to change. These people are not going to change their minds. So the course we're on can only change if something drastic happens. And shout out to AC. That's why we got to do these lockouts. But anyway, but going back to this the video I just played, right? It really proves the validity of the suit, because like, yo, people really carry on and be talking about Drake as if like, it's just the fact that he's this big old perv and he's because to the point where like y'all redefine what a PDF file is. A PDF file is supposed to be someone who has one-on-one rendezvous or it has basically penetrated, an underage person or try to penetrate an underage person, and you don't have proof of any of that. You know what I'm saying? But what it's about is that, yo, listen, believe it or not, a lot of people cannot deal with the greatness of others, and this is why it's important to look at and understand when someone's exhibiting bad behavior. Because people who like for example, right? One of the reasons why people's bodies look better is because some obsessive person who's obsessive with their body, right? Started bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it became a sport. You got to think about how crazy that is. But that crazy person creates a whole activity. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, that behavior can turn into a whole thing. But the same thing can go for negative behavior too. All right. Where like, you can have one person who is just really jealous. They're really a narcissist. So they're attacking this person and then they influence everyone else. And I mean, they feel like, yo, maybe they're right. I keep telling y'all, it takes effort and energy to form your own thoughts and opinions. People would rather just repeat what they hear other people say, especially when it's something that people seem to feel strongly about. Because people, for the most part, want to kind of blend in. You feel me? But let me go ahead and keep playing this drum.
So like the shoot, there was like one
girl,
when
the machine gun when he was like
opening one of his songs.
And the
ninja, I see you, little crusty ninja.
You don't even doing the shooting thing.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
see you, little crusty.
I literally said to myself, I'm like, but he's been doing this.
Maybe
so
we didn't realize
I never
how
seen him do
corny
that
it was.
The same thing with the outfits. He's been doing the outfits too.
No. He used to dress a little bit.
They talking about this man outfits. Y'all talking about Drake. So you trying to say that this whole thing is about his outfits? Yeah, yo, Kendrick was at the Super Bowl wearing bell bottoms and heels. That man did so many spins with his hips. He had a lot of hip action during the performance. He did a lot of strut. He was strutting up and down that field. It was a lot of struts. We got so many videos. That's what I'm saying. I was going on a walk today, right? And I was like, damn, it's crazy how we're doing the same thing with Kendrick that we used to do with Nas, except there was no internet back then. And to a certain degree, it's not the worst thing, right? Because we can't really enjoy hip-hop if we're looking for the artist to give us perfect songs. And we're supposed to like them for having or just having amazing songs, right? To a certain degree, the rapper has to be good enough at rapping that you just enjoy hearing them rap. That's the first thing, but we lost that because the rappers just start focusing on trying to make a record. And you don't really have the fundamentals because, you didn't do any of the stuff. That's another reason why, I got to do what I got to do to make sure the kids don't lose this, because a superstar won't come together if y'all don't battle. That's how you get a competitive edge and a nation and get inspired and you learn respect, respect for the culture. You know what I'm saying? You don't be out here moving like what's the name, Lil TJ? He's banned from Madison Square Garden for just being crazy. Again, this is, I guess it bothers me because people have to deal with this kind of guy because somebody's parents failed them. You know what I'm saying? And that young man's mind, the stuff he doing, he think it's all right. This dude spits on the the security, they having a dispute and whatnot, and he spits on them. You know what I'm saying? I think they were taking pictures somewhere where they can't take pictures. They was asking him to move and everything, and he's trying to fight the guy. Anywho, I'll play a little more of this hate.
He would do them funny outfits and the matching outfits with the bright colors. He would do them too.
I ain't never seen him wear a t-shirt that said, "Where do you see my D?" and the arrow pointing in his mouth.
I mean, probably not that exact t-shirt, but
where
like
was that at? That was a t-shirt that he had on?
It was "Where do you see mine?" and it pointed down.
There's no arrow pointing to his mouth.
Pointing at his mouth.
And that wasn't on stage. He was walking around.
I've never seen him with a hoodie on with smoke coming from the holes. Like I just, I
think even though that's headed up the charts. I know "Give Me a Hug" hit number 1 on like you.
She's talking about that dope ass walkthrough that Drake had. You know what I'm saying? Where basically it was like a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? And again, you saw it just throughout this beef. You just saw people like just trying their hardest. Oh no, you know what you also saying? You also saying this is how women break up and get into breakups or get into an impulsive decision. You know what I'm saying? What they do is they try to they'll just keep kind of reaching for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy watching these adults reach. Like, you don't have to say anything negative about the boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see her trying to come up with something. Like, so they're sitting here talking. They're trying to correlate his choice in outfits, excuse me, with his, I guess, the success of his music. So what's crazy is, you really have people. I read a comment earlier today about, and the person that the post said the reason why Drake's album flopped is because of so and so. Then all these people are writing below these nasty comments and whatnot, right? And saying, yeah, it sounds the same, and basically saying that you're not innovating, not doing anything new. You know what's crazy is Drake that has so many different waves that y'all be forgetting, like, bro, this nigga's catalog is illustrious. Like, first of all, the diversity and sound of his catalog is crazy. You know what I'm saying? From it's crazy. Like, one of the reasons why it's problematic for Just Hilarious to make that comment about Drake's hoodie and stuff like that is that you're choosing not to see the meaning of it. You're choosing not to understand, and you think that's cute. To not understand, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of black people think they'll do that when they disagree with you, or that they just find they're just moving against you. All right, but you see the act of, if I don't like you, everything is up for criticism. I don't get it. I don't understand you. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I'm trying to form a disconnect. And the same thing happens in relationships. All right, where because like I said before, I think that people they get to thinking that the same way you could think that dessert or sweets or junk food is a part of like your daily diet and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, you can't really say you have a conscious desire for cookies every single day. If you had that shit every day, at some point you probably don't really have no strong desire for it. You just get used to doing it. And it's really hard for human beings to break habit. You feel me? So let me see. Shout out to everyone on TikTok watching my Kendrick Lamar video. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show this clip from Bill Maher.
That's not a beef. That's a remake of Single White Female. No, Kendrick Lamar has to get over Drake. 6 diss tracks and a halftime performance. That's not a beef. That's a remake of Single White Female. No, Kendrick Lamar has to get over Drake. Six diss tracks and a halftime performance. That's not a beef. That's a remake of Single White Female.
Yeah, hold on, yeah.
No, Kendrick Lamar has to get over Drake. 6 diss tracks and a halftime performance. That's not a beef. That's a remake of Single White Female.
So what's happening? And I think that, you know, is a lot of people who was on K-Dot's side is trying to fight this, but what's happening is the media is starting to tell a different story. All right. And we're starting to hear more from people who were not involved in the payola. There was a lot of payments made to bloggers, streamers, all that shit. There was a lot of communication. Like they really dead ass tried to blackball Drake, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake, like they really tried to success. And you know, and had he not been the artist of the caliber that he is, they would have got this nigga out of here. Hold on, man. I had another video real quick. Oh, it's right here.
Bold performance, right? Oh, for sure.
But yeah, so he had Meet the Grams, where a big part of Meet the Grams is that, hey, you have secret family that you're not telling me about. You never told me you had this daughter, Drake. What have you been doing? Like that was how much I was saying that Pusha T beat Drake off of. Pause. Y'all was saying that Pusha T defeated Drake for the reason solely because Drake didn't want to tell you that he had a kid. And not only that, the kid, I don't think Adonis was even 2 years old yet. I think Adonis might have been 2 years old. Maybe. Might be that old. You know what I'm saying? And like, it wasn't about, oh, you don't take care of your child. It wasn't because you're married and we see you with your wife on TV every week and whatnot, right? No. Just basically like, yo, well, you know what? And again, it was the Drake hate that made y'all ride with it. I remember feeling like, I remember having the conversation. The dude I was talking to was a heavy set, dark skinned dude. You know what I mean? And like, and I realized like, damn, a lot of times if I talk about Drake with dark skinned dudes, especially if they're a little bit older, it's always like this like aggressive energy is met with, right? And you know, when I saw a video the other day about older guys who still have motion and still get women F with Drake because they relate more to what he's talking to, or older guys who basically you still got motion. You know what I'm saying? They tend to like it. So like, listen, and Devo Tees can remember. First of all, no one liked the Mr. Morale album. No one felt like, you know why? Because the album was a big fuck you. That the album was an album that basically that he could make because he knows that no matter what he does, you guys are going to read into it and you're going to do some of the work for him. Well, get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with trying to like people you like. If you have a friend, a family member, people in your community and whatnot, it's a good thing to make the effort to like people, right? But it becomes a toxic behavior when you use that same energy to treat someone else unfairly because maybe you don't like them. And what I mean unfairly is when you're trying to attack their self-esteem, attack their honor, or you support someone else in attacking their integrity and their reputation. The fact that people felt as though Drake should just allow Kendrick Lamar to try to ruin his reputation, being accused of doing any kind of crime with children or underage people is a terrible label to have on you, especially if you weren't convicted of that. All right. I think there's a lyric in the song where Kendrick talks about how he needs to be on a registered list and this and that. And it's like Azealia Banks made a really good point. She said they wouldn't even be going through all this, or the honorable thing to do would have been for him to send a tweet out, you know what I'm saying, piecing it up, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of bringing closure to the back and forth, saying, yo, you know, good shit, you know what I mean, just something to say, yo, you know, listen, it's over, good shit and everything, and yo, it's just raps. Because and I'm gonna tell you why Kendrick did it, because Kendrick could have did that. The reason why Kendrick didn't do it is because you got to understand how men are. Men do not need people to do things for them, and they don't want people to do things for them. The way that he sees Drake is he knows I can't really be relevant without him. I'm relevant. I'm this relevant because of him, and I can only stay relevant with him. And rather than what would be the more logical thing to do? The more logical thing to do is do y'all think that Drake would have been opposed to doing a Drake and Kendrick album at some point? Can y'all think of all the dope records that would have came out if Drake and Kendrick could have kept doing music together? You never thought of that shit? Like, yo, they did 2 records, and that was that. That was that. I think Cole and Drake got at least like 5. They in the morning, the Jodeci freestyle. I feel like it's like one more. It's like 3. Then they got the first person shooter, and I feel like it's okay. But I'm just saying, like, and I never thought about why that was, and the reason why it was because in Kendrick's mind, and again, this is how rappers are. Rappers want to always put themselves in competition with whoever's on top, and everyone does that in a different way. And what it also is that, you know, they are polar opposites. Kendrick is very short, dark skinned, not the most handsome cat. He had to grow into that face, you know what I mean? Because Kendrick used to have a little rat face, you know what I mean? And like, yo, it's crazy how like when men mature and grow up, like your whole image changed, you know what I mean? Yes, but you know, whereas like Drake is a polar opposite. Drake is tall, and women see him as, you know, an attractive guy in shape, you know what I mean? Dressed well, successful, like just all this different shit. So they're the polar opposites. So I don't really know why people think it's impossible for Kendrick to be to the point where Kendrick said, "I'm your biggest hater." Hello, and y'all thought that was a dope lyric. It's dope because he's nasty work, man. Why is your work so nasty? But what you're going to start hearing is more non-black people, like the people I just played, Bill Maher. Because for the most part, non-black people are getting tired of this shit, and they want to kind of just break. You're going to start seeing them just speak about it logically. Because a lot of people didn't speak up because, for one, the media really made a concerted effort to try to blackball Drake, which is impossible. Not only that, listen, the success of this album really proves, yo, y'all can't do nothing with that man. Who has a successful album with no rollout? There's no rollout. Nigga just told you the album coming. Drake does not need a promotional plan. There's a certain amount of people going to listen to it, and if it's really good, they're going to tell other people the streams go. You know what I mean? Like his shit sells itself. And one more thing is the fact that, yo, if for Drake to get excitement or get people to want to hear his album, he don't got to do none of that shit. For you to get excited about Kendrick got to diss Drake every single time. But what I will say that happened in this beef is like, you know, to a certain degree, I respect Drake going through it because Drake knew that in a court of public opinion, they was going to try and make him the victor because we have this it's not insecurity, but this thing where black people feel as though we have to always honor the conscious rapper or feel like we're wrong for not respecting or liking or saying that this conscious rap is whack because it's like unintelligent, or you're seen as being unintelligent or seen as like not being up on what they up on. And listen, and sometimes niggas is just weird. It's not always that you just not up on what they up on. Nah, sometimes, you know, this niggas be strange. You understand? Strange. But anyway, I use the bathroom. I've been here long enough, man. Want to give y'all a quick show. I finally did a quick show. Anyway, y'all know so I want y'all to be whoa, wow, you just not playing word? Wow, okay, that's crazy. You know what? It's fine. We out. Clap it up for yourself. Clap it up for yourself.